How are we going to identify the news value for us to know that what we say the value of the news for the journalist or the reporter to write about our event or to do a media coverage um, well, and it can be spread out to the public well. The news or the report should have what we call as a news value. So there are 10 of it. First is the timeliness. It is, you should know that news is something new. So timeliness is a great factor in deciding which news has the great news value, because an incident that happened 1 or 2 months back are not going to be remembered. But if it's something that happens yesterday or happens today and it's had been viral up to the social media and even in the television, so that is the news value. Okay, and then second we have impact, the impact of the event or the news itself. Okay, for example, like when a tsunami wave struck several parts of the world and thousands of people were affected. So this is kind of impact. When we talk about coronavirus, it had been a pandemic virus and it spread out throughout the world, and the death numbers increase like every single day. So this is giving a big impact, and this is the news. But if you're talking about a celebrity divorce, so definitely there is not a big impact. So there is no news value in that report or in that news. Okay. Number three is proximity. Okay, proximity means that the distance of the news. Okay, if it happens to be for example, that we're living in Perlis, and then we know that coronavirus has spread out, and there are, for example, hundreds were affected in Perlis. So definitely that news are going to give you a very close impact to you because of proximity, because you're living in Arau, you're living in Perlis, and that news happens to be in Perlis. Okay, that is why whenever we see the statistic of the person who are affected by coronavirus, we tend to see that the government or the KKM had been segregated it into state, right? So those people who are in the states that have red zone or green zone, yellow zone, they're affected by that news because the proximity, because it's near to them. Okay, and then number four, people love controversies. Okay, people love controversies. That anything relates to controversies, conflicts, and arguments, this will become news. For example, what happens to Ustaz Abid Liu and Abu Shafiq. So what happened is that that thing is a news because it's a controversy. It's a conflict between two religious religious men, have to be, but it is something that I'm relevant to. I don't know if we're talking about these issues, right? Um, I have I do believe that Ustaz Abid Liu is only doing a good thing. So because Allah also said that we have to think about good thing, and then good thing will happen to you. But if you think about bad things, then the bad thing will happen to you. So for me, instead of uh, report him, it is better for you to go, and if you want to beat him, then beat him in a very fair situation, then do lots of goodness other than him. Because if you're just talking about you're saying that whatever he is doing is wrong, and you even condemn him, you even talk bad about him, while he only says it's okay, alhamdulillah, we can see your nature. Okay, you are actually exposing your true self to the public. But I don't know, because some of us, we really love controversies, we really love to see how this end. We really love to see what are the other people comments about this. So I don't know, but people really love controversies. Okay, whenever we have a controversies news, it's going to be spread out and it's going to be viral like there is no tomorrow.